In Science 1, we are studying chapter number 7, which is lenses. And this is right after chapter number 6, which is refraction of light. We said that chapter number 6, refraction of light, was the foundational theory for chapter number 7, lenses, because lenses work because of refraction of light. If there was no refraction, then the lenses would not have worked. Today we will understand that sentence, that fact. We have already looked at the introduction. We revised what we have studied in last year, and we have also studied we also revised what we studied in the last chapter. So in that context, there is one question in the exercise which we can already answer. It says, draw a figure explaining various terms related to a lens. Can you tell me what are these important terms that must be included in this answer? You can refer to the textbook. Please, if you want to, you can refer to the textbook and share what are the terms that we need to list here. And then I will tell you which figure we need to draw. Important terms, important parts of a lens. That was the second part of the chapter. First part of the chapter was different types of spherical lenses, and then we understood different parts of the lenses, different terms related to the lenses, all these terms are common with the terms that we use in spherical mirrors. So the terms are center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal axis, optical center, principal focus, and focal length. These are the terms. And it says draw a diagram. So which diagram do we need to draw? We need to draw this diagram. This is the diagram which shows us what is the center of curvature, what is the radius of curvature, where is the optical center, what is the principal axis. What this does not show is focus, principal focus and focal length. So when we draw that, we can put a F here, put another F here, another F here, a F here, and our diagram will be complete. This is the diagram that is required. If you draw this diagram, it will not show center of curvature, radius of curvature. If you draw this diagram, then also it is not complete, right? If you draw this diagram, this here, the sphere, this is for mirrors. Remember, spherical mirrors are formed as part of one spherical mirror, but lenses are formed from two glass spheres. Right? So the diagram that is required is on page number 80, and the terms that we need to explain are center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal axis, optical center, principal focus, and focal length on page number 1. We studied about them in the last class. Please complete this question as part of your homework today. Going back to the presentation. This is what we are going to study today, and we will study a lot. We will get a lot of information. We will study how images are formed by lenses. And when we say lenses, we will discuss both convex and concave lenses, spherical lenses. Convexo-convex and concavo-convex, biconvex, biconcave. We are not studying about plano-convex, plano-concave, positive meniscus, negative meniscus, that we are not talking about. So when we are studying formation of images by lenses, we will see how ray diagrams can be used. We will also see how things can be studied by experimenting. That also we will study. Then we will, in terms of images, we will understand where the image will be formed, location, nature of the image, किस तरह का image होगा वो. You will tell me what are the possibilities and nature of image. Orientation of image, and size of image. These location, nature, orientation, and size for each of the cases we will study, and we will find out about the location, nature, orientation, and size just by using ray diagrams. Lot of information, and a lot of information that we need to know for this chapter is not given in the textbook. That is, the ray diagrams are not given in the textbook. जैसा हुआ था last year भी in the chapter for mirrors, lot of ray diagrams were not given. So please pay attention, listen, understand. Before we jump into formation of ray diagram, formation of image and using ray diagrams for lenses, let us remember what we mean, or let us revise, let us understand what we mean by location, size, nature, and orientation of the images. Tell me, what are the possibilities when we say size of an image? What are the possibilities? हम क्या मीन करते हैं कि इमेज किस तरह का होगा? अच्छा, इमेज क्या है ये तो पता है ना? Let us see. किसका इमेज पता करेंगे हम? What do we call that thing whose image we get? In light, in reflection, in refraction, with mirrors, with lenses. What is that thing called which is used to form an image? जिसका की image बनता है. Do you remember? Word starting with an O. अमूल का कितना लीटर रहता है? Correct, Chan. It's an object whose image we try to find. Object is the thing, and we will obtain the image. Image is उसका impression. उसका impression. Image is not परछाई. Image is not shadow. Image is उसका impression. Now try remember and tell, what are the possibilities with respect to the size? Size के केस में हम क्या पता करने की कोशिश करते हैं? याद है? So Khadija is saying magnified or large. Okay. Chanda is also talking about magnified. Anushka is saying large or small. Okay. So clearly you are talking about two different things. One is large and one is small. But that is not the correct adjective to be used, large or small. The correct adjectives to be used, as Khadija used, is one is magnified. What is the other one? We cannot use large or small. We will have to use some other adjective. We will understand why. I mean, we should not use large or small. We should use something else. It starts with a D. Diminished, correct. Now, understand how magnified does not mean large and diminished does not mean small. Magnified means bigger than object. Magnified does not mean big. Magnified means bigger than the object itself. Similarly, diminished does not mean small. Diminished means smaller than the object. And that is why we need to use these terms, magnified, diminished. But if this is the case, then we need to know another thing. It will be same size. Object. And there is one more situation. If you remember, I will give you a hint. It starts with a P. Punjab wala P. Physics wala P. Point image, correct. Right? So when we think about the size of an image, the image can be magnified, that is bigger than the object. It can be diminished, that is it can be smaller than the object. It can be of the same size as the object, or it can be so diminished that it is just a point image. These are the terms that we have already studied and we are going to use in this section. Magnified, diminished, same size, and point. Next is orientation of the image. Guess, I think I did not use this term, this word last year, but I'm sure you will be able to tell me. Orientation of the image. What are the possibilities? क्या हो सकता है? I hope you are able to see the screen. Orientation of the image. Prachi is saying behind the mirror. No, that is also related to location. That is location. Behind is where, na? Khadija is saying inverted. No. Oh yes, correct, Khadija. Inverted is correct. But before inverted, we should have said something else. What is that? Erect. Correct. Erect. Okay. So orientation means उसका alignment कैसा है? Erect and inverted. These are the two possibilities. Nothing else. Either वो सीधा सीधा खड़े रहेंगे, मतलब ऑब्जेक्ट ऐसा है तो इमेज भी ऐसा. This is called erect. Inverted means if the object is like this, but the image looks like this. Ulta. This is inverted. We will use the words erect and inverted. Once again, in terms of size, the image can be magnified, diminished, same size as object or point. In terms of orientation, the image can be erect or inverted. Another concept, location of the image. And Prachi just now said something. She said behind the, right? Behind. This in front of and behind, yes, it makes more sense in case of mirrors. Maybe we will not use those words behind and in front in case of lenses, because lenses are transparent objects. But yes, I understand, Prachi, what you are trying to say. So behind and in front. Okay, we will accept this. What other possibilities are there with respect to the location? Location के केस में हम और क्या देखते हैं? Yes, infinity, है ना? Means very, 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 very far. Infinity. What else? Correct answers. All are correct answers. Do you remember anything else? One starts with C, one starts with F, and in between we say beyond center of curvature. We also say at center of curvature. Then we say between center of curvature and focus. Then we have at focus. Then we have between focus and mirror. But here we are not talking about mirror. So between focus and optical center, or between focus and the lens. कितना हुआ? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, we saw tables summarizing the formation of the image for concave mirror, and it had 6 different rows. These are the 6 different rows. So we need to know these locations also. These are the terms that we will use. Finally, I guess the most technical aspect of image formation, whether it is mirror or lenses, is nature of image. वो image कैसा होगा? So not in terms of size, not in terms of orientation, but something else. What is it? So fast, very smart class. Yes, real and virtual. The image can be real, the image can also be virtual. Now, try remember, what is a real image? And when do we say that the image is virtual? किसी को तो याद होगा. What is a real image? What is its characteristic? What is a virtual image? What is its characteristic? So Prachi is saying, what are you defining, Prachi? Prachi says can be projected on screen. So what are we projecting? And what image are you talking about? You're on the right track. Be precise. Okay, so we will say real images can be collected on the screens. They can be collected on screens. Correct. And virtual images cannot be collected on screens. That is fine. But how are the real images formed, and how is this method different from virtual images? Do you remember? What happens is the light rays actually intersect each other. The rays of light, they actually intersect each other, and the image is formed at the point of intersection. Whereas in case of virtual image, the light rays are not meeting each other. They won't. But it will appear that the light rays are coming from a point. Light rays may be meeting at a point. It will look like that. That is virtual image, but that will not happen actually. That is why it is called virtual. And because of this, the virtual images cannot be collected on screen. So these terms with respect to size, orientation, location, nature, these are the same when we talk about image formation, whether the images are formed by a mirror or lenses or anything else. These are standard words used for image formation when we study light. What we have done last year is we have used these terms in the context of concave mirror and convex mirror, mainly concave mirror. This year, we are going to use the same terms in the context of convex lens and concave lenses, mainly convex lenses. So take a couple of minutes, reflect on these all these terms: size, magnified, diminished, same size, point; orientation, erect, inverted; location, behind or in front, but that is very generic. More specifically, infinity, beyond center of curvature, at center of curvature, between center of curvature and focus, at focus, between focus and optical center. Finally, nature of the image, real or virtual. Lot of information that we need to know to get even more information. We are still not ready. Let us remember what the rules are for the formation of image or for drawing of ray diagrams in case of lenses. We looked at it briefly in the last class. They are exactly the same as the rules for the mirrors. 3 rules. Who can explain the first one in English? Simple English. First one on the left hand side. Type or speak. Everything is from your textbook. All these 3 rules have 2 parts each. One part is shown in blue and one part is shown in pink, red. So the one that is shown in blue, these are the incident rays, and the ones that are shown in red, they are not reflected rays. Last time मैंने आपसे correction करवाया था. Those are refracted rays, not reflected, refracted. So the rule has a if part and the then part. For the first one, the if part is if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then after refraction, it will pass through the focus, principal focus. देखो कितने आसानी से बना. If the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then after refraction, it will pass through the principal focus. That's rule number 1 on the left hand side. What is rule number 2? Prachi is saying it is opposite of the first rule. Should we say opposite of the first rule? There is a better word, Prachi. Yes, it's the converse of the second rule, first rule. So converse means if becomes then and then becomes if. So from the first rule, we can also derive the second rule. We will say if the incident ray passes through the focus, then the refracted ray after refraction, the ray is parallel to the principal axis. Is parallel to the principal axis. All these are refracted rays, not reflected. Wrong. What is the third one? What's the third rule? Rules 1 and 2 are converse of each other. So if you remember one, the other one is already, you know the other one also. The third one is very simple. Correct, Anushka, Khadija. If the incident ray passes through the optical center, then that ray will not be refracted at all. It will just go through in the same straight line. 3 rules. And using these 3 rules, we will be able to draw the ray diagrams, and those ray diagrams will help us understand where the image will be formed and how the image will be without doing many experiments. Just by geometry and maths, we will be able to form it. At this point, let us remind ourselves the basic difference between a convex lens and a concave lens. A convex lens, unlike a convex mirror is a diverging mirror, whereas the convex lens is a converging lens. Because just now we said, rule number 1, if the incident ray is parallel to the lens, parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, it will pass through the focus. Right? So if the light is coming from very, very far away place, so all the light rays are practically parallel to each other, parallel to the principal axis. Then after refraction, they will converge at this point F. Now, it's a fun question I'm going to ask. What will happen अगर यहाँ पर ये at F2 where all the light is getting concentrated, यहाँ पर अगर हम एक पेपर रखेंगे तो उस पेपर का क्या होगा? Suppose we are keeping this lens outside in summer, गर्मी है बहुत, और हम इस तरीके से रखते हैं कि F2 पे एक पेपर है, तो क्या होगा? Chand is saying it will burn. Yes, why? Prachi, Chand, Khadija, Chanda, all are saying it will burn. Burn. Why? Because, tell me quickly, why will it burn? Because, yes, Prachi, we are concentrating all the light at one place. Light has energy. So that energy is concentrated at one place. When energy is concentrated at one place, it gets heated up. And that increase of temperature will burn the paper. Or we can have a solar cooker. We can have a solar heater. This is how things work. Green energy, towards green energy, harnessing the energy of sun, light. That's converging lens. However, in case of a concave lens, because of the way it is structured, when light comes from a very, very far away place, that is, the light rays are practically parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, they will diverge. ये देखो, कोई इधर कोई उधर जा रहा है. But even in that divergence, there is a pattern. They would seem to diverge from this point F. देखो यहाँ पे. They are diverging and they seem to diverge from this point F. ध्यान दो यहाँ पे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज हो रही है. In case of a convex lens, the focus is practically on the other side of the lens. But in case of the concave lens, the focus is on the same side of the lens. Both are foci. Both are focus. F1, F2. F1, F2. Yes, both are. Both are. With respect to the spheres that they are formed of. Yes. But practically speaking, if the light is coming from left hand side, in case of a convex mirror, the focus will be on the right hand side. But in a similar situation, if the lens is now a concave lens, then the focus will be on the left hand side only. This will become important when we start finding out the location of the object and the image. क्योंकि प्लस और माइनस साइन कन्वेंशन आ जाएंगे. ये चीज अच्छे से समझो, अच्छे से याद रखो. Many people get confused. Also, another thing to note here is, what is this 2f? What is this 2f? This is the C. ये देखो, ये C1 लिखा है ना? It is the C only. We are just writing it in another way. We have already revised, studied that point of focus. The principal focus is at the center. It is the midpoint of the line joining optical center and the center of curvature. That means if this is OF is F, the distance is F, then this is another F. F plus F is 2F. इसीलिए उसको ऐसा नाम दिया. No other reason. Just to make it easier. This is how an image is formed when we use a convex lens. Just look at the slide quickly and tell me how many cases are there? How many? How many situations are we showing? 6. And it is the same 6 situation that we discussed, that we mentioned when we were talking about location. We said infinity, beyond center of curvature, at center of curvature, between center of curvature and focus, at focus, between focus and optical center. These are the 6 locations in that order. And using the rules of ray diagrams, first one is very easy. The object is at infinity, बहुत दूर है. So all the light rays coming from the object, they will be practically parallel to the principal axis. Just by rule number 1, if the light ray is parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, it will pass through the focus. So the image will be formed here at the focus. Now, if I ask you, what is the size of this image? Is it magnified? It is diminished? Is it same size? Or is it point? What is happening? Clearly, it's a point image. जहां पे light ray intersect किया, वहां पे image बनेगा. It's just one point. It's a point image. However big the object may be, the image, if the object is at very, very far away distance, which we call as infinity, then the image will be a point image. Second situation, and yes, we should be able to draw these diagrams. Second situation, case 2. This is what is given in the textbook. Out of all the 6 cases, only 2 have been drawn properly. Case 2 is drawn properly. And then case 6. 1, 3, 4, 5 are not drawn in the textbook. But these diagrams are given in detail in your study guide also. See what is happening in the case 2, where the object is beyond center of curvature. Beyond माने और पीछे है, किससे? सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर के 2f से और पीछे थोड़ा सा, इंफिनिटी पे नहीं. Look at the diagram and tell me which 2 rules of the ray diagram are being used here. Which 2 rules? 2 rules are used. Which 2 rules? Is it 1 and 2? Is it 2 and 3? Or is it 1 and 3? Yes, Chan, Anushka, correct. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Can you draw this using some other rule? Can you draw this using rule number 2 also? Yes, you can. So what you would have done? You would draw an arrow from the head of the object through focus till here, and then you would have made a parallel line. यहीं पर आता, यहीं पर आता. It's your choice. तो देखो ध्यान दो, इट्स वेरी इजी. बहुत ज्यादा दूर में है तो इमेज बनता है फोकस पे. बहुत ज्यादा दूर पे, जैसे जैसे ऑब्जेक्ट लेंस के पास आता जाएगा, इमेज लेंस से दूर आता जाएगा. ये इधर आ रहा तो ये भी उधर जाएगा ना, ऐसे मूव करते. सो इन द फर्स्ट केस द इमेज इज एट द फोकस. इन द सेकंड केस it moves beyond the focus. It is between the focus and the center of curvature. Tell me whether it is erect or inverted. Fatafat. It is inverted. Quickly see and tell me whether it is magnified or diminished. Is it magnified or diminished? A simple observation will tell us what is happening. Don't need any rocket science. It is diminished, correct. Quickly tell me whether it is real or virtual. Are the light rays actually intersecting, or they seem to be intersecting? Real. Yes, correct, Prachi. All correct answers. Ho gaya. That's all we need to do. Now, case number 3. पहले infinity पे था, then it became nearer to the center of curvature. Next thing, it will be at the center of curvature. So if it is at the center of curvature, then the image will be formed on the other side of the lens, at the other center of curvature. कॉन्केव मिरर में यहीं पे बनता था, यहाँ नीचे. I hope you remember कि कैसे ड्रॉ करते हैं. The object will be represented by an arrow, and we will place the arrow on the principal axis for our convenience, and we will try to find the head of the image. And once we have found the head of the image, from there we will draw a line to the principal axis. कभी वो ऊपर की तरफ जाएगा, कभी वो नीचे की तरफ आएगा. So here we have the object. ये उसका सर है, head है. We are finding the head of the image, and this point we join with the principal axis, so we get the image. Now once again, this is real, this is inverted, this is on the other side of the mirror, it is at another center of curvature. Special thing is it is of the same size. It is of the same size. देखो क्या हो रहा है, धीरे धीरे साइज बड़ा हो रहा है. पॉइंट इमेज थोड़ा बड़ा और बड़ा. Now it is equal to the object, same size as the object. You can just guess कि आगे क्या होगा. We will move the object nearer to the lens. So from center of curvature, जो कि case 3 में था, we come to a place where the object is between the center of curvature and the focus. So the image will move beyond the center of curvature. यहाँ पे image center of curvature पे था और पीछे चला गया. यहाँ पे बराबर size में था. Now it has become bigger. It is growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Real, inverted, beyond center of curvature. And in case number 2, case number 3, case number 4, we are using the same two rules. Rule number 1 and rule number 3. We can, of course, use rule number 2 also. No one stops us. We will get the same result. Number 5, another special case. We are moving the object even more nearer to the lens. So from between 2f and f, now we are keeping it at f. And when we keep at f, we realize that after refraction, the rays of light will all be parallel to each other, not parallel to the principal axis. They will be parallel to each other. So the image we can imagine to be free forming at infinity और बहुत 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 बड़ा बने, बहुत बड़ा बने. So this case number 1 and case number 5 are converse of each other. Case number 1, the object is at infinity, the image is formed at the focus. Case number 5, the object is at focus, the image is formed at infinity. If you understand these relationships, then remembering this is easy. You don't have to remember it. Finally, if we go even nearer to the lens, that is between the focus and the optical center. Now, अभी तक क्या हुआ था? In case number 1, 2, 3, 4, the light rays after refraction, they were actually meeting each other. In case number 5, they were parallel to each other. In case number 6, they will diverge from each other because of how the lens is constructed. And because of this divergence, it will seem that the rays are coming from the same side of the lens, from here. So this is an image which is definitely different from all the other 5 images. What is different about this? It's not about the size. One is location. Yes, it is on the same site as the object, but there is something else that is different. It is not real. Yes. So Anushka, what is this type of image called if it is not real? It's a virtual image. Yes. So out of the 6 cases, only one case, that is when the object is very, very, very near to the convex lens, the image will be virtual. In all other cases, it will be real. There is one more difference. What is it? ध्यान दो. not about the size. It is erect, correct. All other images are inverted. This is erect. So in our textbook, case number 2 is drawn and case number 6 is also drawn. Case number 1 is not drawn as case number 1. Case number 1 is shown as converging lens. But we need to know all the 6 diagrams. That was the ray diagram representation of formation of image, and this is the tabular textual representation of formation of image. It's the same information now written, not drawn. 6 cases, and we describe the cases with respect to the position of the object, position of the image, that is location, size of the image, finally, nature of the image. In the textbook, nature covers both real, virtual, inverted, erect. And that's okay. If you understand the diagram, you understand the table. If you understand the table, you understand the diagram. For me, as a student, it has always been easier to remember the diagrams. I don't know what is the situation with you. Concave lens is simpler. Simpler in the sense it has only 2 possibilities. Concave lens behaves very similar to convex mirror because both are diverging devices. They diverge the light. In convex mirror also, we did not study 6 cases. We only studied 2 cases. So in case of concave lens, we will only look at 2 cases. First case, we already know. If the object is at infinity, then all the light coming from the object will be practically parallel to the principal axis. So after refraction, the light will diverge. It will seem to come from a point, and that point will be the principal focus. This is case 1. Image of object is at infinity is situation 1. What is the result? The result is image is formed on the same side of the lens. Image is a point image. Image is a virtual image. And image is a erect image. Sab kuch. The only other situation is when the object is not at infinity. It is nearer to the lens. Kahin par bhi hoga. It can be beyond 2f to 2f, it can be at 2f, it can be between 2f and f, it can be at f, it can be between f and o. Wherever it is, this ray diagram will be applicable. Here also we are using rule number 1 and rule number 3. And very clearly, the image is formed between f and o, that is principal focus and optical center. Once again, it is a virtual image. Once again, it is an erect image. Once again, it is a diminished image, but it is not a point image. So the only difference between case 1 and case 2 is it's not a point image. It's a diminished image. Everything else remains same. Virtual, same side, erect. Once again, when we summarize the formation, image formation details in case of concave lens in a tabular form using text, there will be only 2 situations. One, the object is at infinity. Second, the object is anywhere other than the infinity, between infinity and the optical center. Virtual, erect, always. Right? Position changes. When the object is at infinity, the position of the image will be at the focus. Also, the size changes. When the object is at infinity, the size of the image is a point image. Whereas when the object is a little bit nearer, then the size of the image is small and the image is between focus and the optical center. Exactly what we saw in the diagram is what we are summarizing in the form of a table. Take a couple of minutes, go through the pages in the textbook, go through the pages in the guide, and let me know if you have any questions. So using the ray diagram came much later. When people were, initially we did not know, people did not know how the lenses were working. Science is not about guessing. Science is about experimenting, finding the facts. And when certain things happen again and again, when there is a pattern, then we know that yes, this is how the things are working. So what experiment people did was, there is a model of the experiment which is given in the textbook on page number 82. Says, let us take a convex lens, put it on a stand, यहाँ पर है, and we are taking a candle also. We are taking a screen. This screen can just be a mirror. We can do it. Plain mirror. Plain mirror can act as a screen. Not glass, but plain mirror. And it says कि पहले तो एक line खींच लो, सीधा line. To show that line on the table, a virtual scale is shown here. It says put the convex lens somewhere in the middle of the line, and then try get the image of some object at a very far place. Maybe खिड़की से या दरवाजे से कोई चिड़िया, कोई जानवर, कोई पेड़, बहुत कोई पहाड़ दूर से होगा, उसका इमेज स्क्रीन पे लाने की कोशिश करो थ्रू द लेंस. लेंस को मूव मत करो, लेंस को बीच में रखो. मूव द मिरर, मूव द मिरर. What is going to happen is, when we try to move the mirror to find the image, we will see that we will be able to find the image when, what happened now? When the mirror is here at the focus. Now, can you tell me why this is happening? We know the theory. We studied the theory before. We are trying to get the image of our object which is at a very far place. This is the first situation, case 1 of convex lens, when the object is at infinity. Check the textbook if you don't remember. If the object is at the infinity, where will the image be formed? An answer. Where will the image be formed? At the focus. So this point is focus. And then let us measure this distance OF and mark another point 2F, which is at the same distance from F. So OF is equal to F2F, same distance. Similarly, it says do the same thing on the other side of the table. Find F1 and then find 2F1. So what we are doing by finding F1, or what we are doing by finding these locations, is we are finding the focus and center of curvature of this convex lens. क्योंकि वहीं पे इमेज बन रहा है ना, वहां पे इमेज बन रहा, फिर ऑब्जेक्ट इज एट इंफिनिटी, वहीं पे क्यों बन रहा है? Because that is the focus. And then it says, now take the candle, light the candle, place it at different places on one side of the convex lens, and see where you are able to see the image on the screen. Or I mean, where do you have to keep the screen to see the image? And then it says, sometimes you will see that the image is magnified, the image is diminished, or the image is erect, or the image is inverted. Yes, this actually happens. So doing such experiments, scientists figured that light rays are traveling parallelly, and if we have the 3 rules of ray diagrams, we can draw the ray diagrams and we don't need to do this cumbersome, difficult experiments. ये देखो कैंडल उल्टा दिख रहा है. Last year we thought about inverted image of a concave mirror on a convex mirror. Convex mirror किसमें? चम्मच, चम्मच के उल्टे साइड में जब हम देखेंगे तो हमारा चेहरा उल्टा दिखेगा उसमें. अभी भी देख सकते हैं, हम उल्टे नहीं हो गए. That's the image that is उल्टा. Okay. Let us see what all questions we can answer from the textbook. Even before that, let us see what all we have studied. We started by revising about mirrors. We understood what a lens is, different types of lenses, different parts of lenses, different terms related to lenses. The new thing is optical center. And another new concept is, in case of lens, there are two foci, there are two center of curvatures. We understood that just like mirrors, lenses are also converging and diverging. We understood the basic three rules of drawing ray diagrams. We understood how experiments can be done to find out the nature, size, location, orientation of the image. And we studied how images are formed in case of convex and in case of concave lenses. This is what we have studied. In the next class, which will have a lot of maths, we will see how do we, here we have only made qualitative conclusions, right? Big, small, bigger, smaller, point. But we haven't said how big, how small, where exactly. That is what we will do in the next class. And we will do that using the Cartesian convention system, using lens formula, using the formulae for magnification, and the formula for power of a lens. Not just one lens, but what happens when multiple lenses are combined. This will be the end of the theory for this chapter. In the next class, we will complete this. And then what follows is all practice. How do we, once we have understood lens, so lens uses the concept of refraction. We have understood lenses. So how do we use the lenses? What are the different uses? So we will understand how eye functions, human eye, the different diseases of the eye and how we can fix them. We will then focus on two instruments, microscope and telescope. Okay. And we'll finish the chapter with a very interesting concept of persistence of vision. But that is later. आज क्या आंसर कर सकते हैं? If you look at the questions in the exercise, question number 1 we haven't studied, can't. Question number 2 we discussed at the beginning of the class. Draw a figure explaining various terms related to a lens. I've told you which figure and what terms. Okay, so you have to just draw the figure. You don't have to explain the terms. You have to draw the figure and show all those terms, things. Number 3, I hope you can answer this. At which position will you keep an object in front of a convex lens so as to get a real image of the same size as the object? Where will you keep it? Object को कहाँ रखेंगे so that the image is of the same size as the object? You can answer. I'm waiting. Prachi Singh, focus. No, wrong answer. No, Prachi said this long time back. Where will we keep the object so that we get an image of the same size? Yes, at 2f. So what is at 2f called? At the center of curvature. At the center of curvature. Don't get bothered with f1, f2. We will understand that. At this point in time, let us use a simpler terminology. At the center of curvature. When we look at the sign convention, we will understand why we are calling something as f1, why we are calling something as f2. It's very simple. Center of curvature. And then it says draw a figure. देखो ये फिगर टेक्स्ट बुक में नहीं है लेकिन एक्सरसाइज में पूछा है. You know how to draw. So question number 3 also we can answer. Question number 4, give scientific reasons, microscopes, colors, and seeing the object, distance and all. Maths we have not done, not 4. Number 5, telescope, nope. Number 6, distinguish between far-sightedness and nearsightedness. We cannot answer. But concave lens and convex lens, this we can differentiate. One is a converging lens, one is a diverging lens. 6B, we can answer. Question number 7 is about eye. This is more biology and less physics, but it is in this chapter, so we can't answer now. Number 8, these are numerical questions which we haven't studied. We will be able to answer these questions after the next class. So your homework will be question number 2, question number 3, question number 6B, and please, for your own sake, draw all the 8 ray diagrams for formation of image. 6 for convex lens, 2 for concave lens. That is it.